Hello, everyone. Today I have a very brief update on Cody Green, the cleanest, best pleasure predator from the Forts in Georgia sting. Now, as a lot of you know, Cody Green was one of the stars of that episode. He is probably one of the most quoted predators. Now, let me preface this by saying that there is no body cam for this. I really tried to get it, but this incident happened about 4 years ago, and they've purged the system since then. And even then, it was a pending case until 2024. So unfortunately, it might have been a lost cause anyway, because a lot of places will not give you body cam if it's a pending case. Anyway, with all that set aside, I do have some transcripts we can go through to give you an idea of what happened here. The date in which this happened was January 23rd, 2021, which would have been a Saturday. And the incident in question happened at 4504 Cornelia Highway in Lula, Georgia. So here's the first report. This one is very bare bones, but there is another one with a lot more details, and they are juicy. On January 1st, 2021, Deputy Reed responded to the Circle M store located at 4504 Cornelia Highway in regards to transporting Cody Green to the hospital on a 1013. A 1013 in Georgia is police talk for involuntary hospitalization, usually for severe mental health crises. The Mr. Green would not voluntarily go, and force was used to restrain and transport him. Like I said, that was very bare bones, but this other report is a lot more detailed. Here is the reporting officer narrative. Cody Green is on probation for sex crimes, according to his mother, and I will be marking her name out. He also has some type of brain damage. So just interjecting here, a little bit before the sting, Cody was actually in a pretty bad car accident and he got a brain injury. In fact, the payout from that car accident is how he had such a nice vehicle. A lot of people seem to point to his brain injury for his lack of impulse control, like showing up at the sting house and then the incident with the 9-year-old at the swimming pool. So it's safe to assume that after the sting, his mental health has just declined. Cody would not agree to a mental evaluation, so his parents devised a plan to get him to the hospital. They told Cody they were taking him to the airport so he could marry his girlfriend, Jewel. In reality, they were taking him to meet a health professional, and I'm marking out the doctor's name here, at the Circle M, who had authority to sign 1013 paperwork. The health professional contacted dispatch in order to have officers standing by when Cody and his parents arrived. Deputy Reed and Sergeant Manley responded, and the health professional signed a 1013. When Cody arrived, he was in the back seat of his parents' SUV, still thinking he was meeting Jewel. The deputies approached Cody and explained the situation. They advised Cody he was going to be transported to the hospital for evaluation. He was visibly upset and refused to get out of the vehicle. He said he had talked with someone before and it did no good. He said he was not going to the hospital. He eventually exited the vehicle. With tasers drawn and pointed at Cody, Sergeant Manley and Deputy Reed tried to explain it was just an evaluation, and he had to go. Cody would not listen, he would not comply. He said he was not going. He was belligerent and cussing and walking in circles. After a few minutes of talking and trying to reason with Cody, it was obvious that force was going to be required. Deputy Reed fired his taser. The top prong struck Cody in the lower abdomen. The lower prong hit the leg of his pants, then fell out. Deputy Reed was about to fire again when Cody touched a prong wire. Muscle lockup ensured. He fell down and was handcuffed by Deputy Reed and Sergeant Manley. The cuffs were double locked and checked for proper fit by Deputy Reed. Sergeant Manley searched Cody and located a knife wrapped up in his ankle monitor. Apparently he was intending to board an airplane with the knife. Deputy Reed transported Cody to the medical center where hospital security met them at the ambulance bay. He was still belligerent and cussing while being put in a room. Hospital security removed the handcuffs and Deputy Reed left. The backseat of a transport vehicle was searched before and after transport. Deputy Reed completed an online warrant application for obstruction and advised hospital security. At approximately 21:30 hours, the warrant was approved. And it looks like they were not actually able to arrest Cody for this until 3 years later. I have a supplemental report here, and it shows that the date that Cody was arrested on was February 27th, 2024. So my theory here is that Cody was undergoing mental treatment up to this point. They most likely were not able to enact on the warrant until he was deemed mentally competent. So it looks like Cody got the Daniel Larson treatment. Anyway, here's the supplemental report. The offender from this case, Cody Green, was arrested for his outstanding warrants on February 27, 2024, clearing the case by arrest. It should be noted that Lieutenant Parker was neither involved with the case nor present for the arrest and completed this supplement for records maintenance purposes. So I've got 2 mugshots for Cody. The first one here is for Stevens County. They actually picked him up and held on to him for Hall County. You can see just how much weight Cody's gained since the sting. It's actually insane. He weighs nearly 300 pounds now, I think. But yeah, Stevens County picked him up, held on to him for Hall County. 2 days later, he was turned over to Hall County on the 27th. Here's the mugshot for that. They did him a lot better with this angle. It is very unfortunate that we don't have body camera for this. I really tried. I reached out to multiple sources, but all of them said it had been purged. So I guess the exact outcome of this incident we'll never really know outside of this report. However, I do have a Cody Green body cam coming. It is not for this incident, but it was for a probation violation. And I do have some requests in to get more details on this, but I'm going to guess that he's on probation for this incident. Because I don't think he's on lifetime probation, but I don't know. He had an ankle monitor here, so maybe he is. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about Cody Green's electric Boogaloo. What do you think about Jewel? Do you think he was getting codfished? Why do you think he had a knife on him? Do you think it's just because he's crazy? Here's the real question. What do you think he was wearing to go have his airport wedding? Morticia said, I believe, sweatpants. And Joey Jeremiah, he said a powder blue 70s suit. Me personally, I'm going to have to say Adidas track pants or maybe a graphic t-shirt with a wrapper on it from Walmart. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for Cody Green's body cam. Give you a lot more insight to what the life of the cleanest best pleasure predator is like 20 years later. Goodbye.